Speaking out has been healing. And it's healing because as a human, I want to help. That's why I went into law enforcement. I wanted to make a difference. I did make a difference. When it happened, I couldn't act as a law enforcement officer. I couldn't prevent it. It happened. I couldn't be there as a first responder. It's too late. There's nobody to save. Now we're left with a community that's fractured. This was about the moment where I was standing in front of the fire department. Like I said, the school is on the road back this way.
That's a great photograph.
I've lived all over the world, and finally I had a home. And now that we moved here, I was given an amazing opportunity to photograph one of the most sweet towns that I've ever lived in. When the incident happened, within days, I saw the images appearing on Facebook and on the news, and I couldn't watch. And it dawned on me, I thought, what are you going to do? As a photographer, I'm not a photojournalist. I don't want to be a photojournalist. I don't want to document tragedy. But we would be going to the grocery and the traffic jams, the photographers, I don't know where they were driving from, were still arriving 3 and 4 days later and parking their cars a mile away from the school and running with their cameras like there was something to still capture days later. And it got me thinking, if these people are traveling from all over the world to document this, and I'm like, for what? And then it dawned on me, I'm like, this is my town. What can I do to document it, and can I? And I told George, I said, I'm going to go out and I'm going to photograph it. I'm going to try to find the beauty in this, if there is any. Some people that we know may never go to the memorial. They may never have seen the little notes, the little candles, the little bears. If I can capture it, I can show the families their child's name on a card, on a teddy bear, on something. I've never seen so many candles. I've never seen so many cards. I've never seen so many. And it was the notes that got to me. It was the personal little notes from other children that knew them, other children from the school system. And one note in particular is burned into my memory of happening right before Christmas. Is just another level of pain that has to be dealt with. And the card was a handwritten letter on a piece of white paper, and it had a picture of Santa. And the note said, I hope Santa makes you better. The innocence that has to address the horror was unbelievable. And just like now, my viewfinder filled with tears, and I couldn't feel my legs, and I fell to my knees in the middle of my town. And I wept. And I wept, and I wept. And by chance, there was a therapy dog next to me, and being a canine officer, I have a great love of dogs. And this lovely golden lab was right next to me, and I held on for dear life. I held on to that dog like nothing I've held on to for a while. And I eventually rose to my feet and thanked the person for bringing this lovely animal down to our town. And I continue to try to document.
She did a year's worth of research.
teachers' bulletin boards. Wow.
So Ohio first, then Australia, then...
Yeah, I lived in Ohio. I met my wife. She said, come to Australia. Yes, assault weapons currently are legal. The ammunition they sell is still legal. That doesn't mean it's moral to have this in a shop that has, baby strollers and school supplies. So, until they change their policy, I am a former Walmart customer. And I understand the need for profit, but where do we draw the line? They're the one-stop shop for everything. I understand that. That's wonderful. Do we bring in alcohol as well? Pornography's profitable. Let's bring that into the book section. There's a moral ground, and I hope that people speak up, and maybe morals will kind of work its way into the fabric of the corporate landscape. And that's where I started to see a need for a law enforcement officer to say something. Say, well, as from a law enforcement position, this is actually the truth, and this is what we're faced with. And then the real nuts came out of the woodwork and started threatening, saying, well, I know who you are now, and there will be a first shot, and it will be directed towards you. At that point, I thought, well, I am making my voice known, and one or two people are giving me a little blue thumbs up, and I've reached two people that said, "Thank you. You have given me something to think about. I'm gonna sign that petition." But it's two blue thumbs. And I thought, I've been, threatened, to be shot at over a comment. So I deleted my account 2 days ago, and I said, I'm not going to be silent, but I want to talk to a larger audience. If someone wants to shoot me, I want at least a larger audience to know that I had something to say. I don't want a couple blue thumbs up. I want lots of blue thumbs up.
Front here.
Yes, come right up front. Yeah, get that in. Yes, there we go. Now that's now it's coming together.
We took them out of school on Friday.
You keep doing that.
We keep doing that, and we very happily, sent the message to the school. They won't be in school today. They're coming with us on a family trip to DC to be part of a gun control march. They're going to learn a lot more in this experience of what is citizenship, what is freedom of speech, the power of people to speak out. You can't duplicate this in a classroom. It's hard for a lot of Newtowners to do this at this stage. It's still very raw, it's very early. For every person standing here in this group, there's at least another 10 or 20 that want to be here but they're not ready yet.
Out of everything that we're saying today, this is one thing that we're standing for. I'm tired of negative, I'm tired of violence, I'm tired of fear, I'm tired. But today I'm energized. Today I am happy. I woke up happy. My kids are excited. My wife is excited. We never believed that we would be here. Who am I to stand up in front of the Capitol building and demand something?
It feels good to do this, to do something positive, to come out and take whatever action we can possibly take. And the more we do that, the better we feel, the more healed we feel.
We're out here holding signs, and now there's more people holding signs. Look at this. This is fantastic, you guys.
This morning we'd got some really exciting emails from the organiser of this. When the press heard out that Newtown was going to be at this, they went from a handful covering it to 100 news agencies covering it, just because of the fact that Newtown families were going to be leading the march.
And this is the Wagner family. We've been following them.
Hello.
Yeah.
This is
more people. Hello.
Yes,
guys.
we're Boston. They're from Boston,
but
we're also Newtown.
You are everybody today.
We are Newtown. Okay, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. We are all, and that's what it is. Yeah. It's like today everybody is Newtown. Newtown is everybody.
Yep.
And that's what inspired this whole march.
Yes. In the last year we've had 4 people we know die from gunshots. 4. Oh my God. In Boston. A friend of hers in a drive-by shooting. A friend down the street who was killed over a tiny bag of marijuana by somebody we knew from one of Boston's premier high schools. I mean, 4 people in 1 year at age 16, that's a lot. We wanted to add our physical presence.
We've been following them. We met them in Newtown, but we've been following them because they've never been politically active before until this, and then they just have been
We're activist virgins.
Thank you so much for what you're doing. And we begin.
All right.